and welcome back to another episode from the Grape podcast. And well, as my traditional thing at the moment, I am barbecuing up this week some chicken thighs. These have been marinated overnight in some of my homegrown herbs with a bit of olive oil. It's basically basil, rosemary, what else has gone? Is that basil and rosemary? I remember that much. Oh, a bit of oregano as well. That was it. I'm just going to bake these in here. I smoke these first for now with a bit of some of the apple wood. Like so. Anyway, while this cooks, I'm going to be cracking on and getting more weeding done again, as is a constant thing at the moment. But I've also noticed a few things that I'm a bit miffed about, I guess. Would be the way to say it. Yeah, a few things have gone a bit downhill in this last week, but I'll show you those as we go through it. So one of the things I've noticed is these grape leaves have started to wither for some reason. It's definitely not down to lack of watering. I don't know. I'm going to hack and give it a good feed and see what happens. Noticed that the wind has snapped this bit, the top of this cherry tree, just there. So, okay, that's not the end of the world. We'll leave that to dry out, and I can probably use that for smoking or something eventually. What's really got me is this pumpkin. I showed you last week how it was growing. Well, if you look on the base, something's been nibbling at it, so it's a bit of a bugger to say the least. Not sure what's been nibbling at it or what, but we'll I'm not sure whether to cut that pumpkin off and let the other flowers produce another pumpkin or just leave it. I don't know. I've got to think on that. Right, the chicken has been cooking for about an hour and a half now, so I'm going on to this second stage, which is like a barbecue sauce I made using fresh tomatoes, some onion, a bit of sugar, vinegar, and a bit of Worcester sauce. Now, will this taste any good? I don't know. This is going to be a bit of an experiment for me, this one. It sounds good. It certainly looks good. It's quite a thick sauce actually, and if I wanted to make it spicy, could I always add some chilies, and God knows I love my chilies. That's why I'm looking forward. The grumpy gardener, he's grown some purple jalapenos, and he very kindly has offered to send me some seeds, so I'm really looking forward to those. Great channel, by the way, everyone. If you haven't seen his channel, it's worth a look. Grumpy Gardener, brilliant. His chicken is looking really, really good. I think that'll do for now. Can always add a bit more in a bit. Let's just cover that quickly. And I'll just grab the camera and show you what it looks like in there. There you go. Looking pretty damn good. Let's give that a bit longer. So I thought I'd do a quick show of what I've harvested. We've got these up white onions that were left in the ground. I've got them all up. Still got the red onions to go, but that'll do us for a while. Big bag of shallots. They're in that bag where they'll hang up and dry. Got some lovely French beans. Good lot of those. Pleased with those. Couple of beetroot, which are pretty good. A few carrots, but the carrots have gone a bit funny in places, I think because of the weather. We've got a few tomatoes here. Now, these two tomatoes are from the Black Mountain, which are a blight resistant variety I'm testing in comparison to Crimson Crush. And Crimson Crush, they've got some good tomatoes, but they're not quite ripe yet, but Black Mountain seem to be a bit earlier. And I've also harvested a few Brussels sprouts, which a bit early, but I'm not complaining about that. They'll go in the freezer, of course. Right, I thought I'll just take you on a run through of my plans for this, my newer half of the plot, the top half if you like. I've been here 6 months, so I've got a good idea now on what I kind of want to do. So all round the edges, I'm going to run a border made out of pallets, kind of similar to what I've done on the other half. That'll just stop the grass from coming in and what have you. This top bit stretch here is basically going to stay the same. I'm just going to try and tidy it up and keep the weeds free. I'm going to have a path just running down here. There's not out of this black stuff. I'll get some of the other black stuff, and that'll go down to there where I'm planning to build a shed. It's going to be a home built shed out of the bits of wood you've seen in the garden lying around and scrap bits of wood and stuff. I'm just trying to find something for the roof. I'm planning is like an 8x6 shed, and I want to have a kind of a kitchen area, a seat in there, and perhaps a wood powered stove. This bit here, I'm just going to down the far end just in front of the compost bin, stretching up to this path which will be in front of the shed, and right down to there I'm going to have another path made out of black membrane. Again, that will be bordered with the pallets, the pallet like I've done over there, which will leave this entire section here, all that'll just be one big vegetable patch bed, and that should, I'll coat all that in horse manure and compost. Starting at this end, the far end I'll probably leave so I can grow carrots next year down there, but and I'm just going to have lines of produce instead of areas. Now we'll take a walk down over here. I've kind of not done as much as I would like over the last couple of weeks on this half. It's been a bit of a mission, I'll say. That compost bin will go. I've got no need for 3. Well, I want them all in the same area really. So that'll go. And then down here I'm going to have another kind of bed that'll stretch right the way across on the half of it, the far side, will be autumn raspberries. I'm just going to do a row down there, and then down this side I'm going to move all these strawberries and just make that a strawberry bed. It'll probably be done in several sections, but that will be the plan. And as I say, all that there will just be a big bed. Right, juices are running clear on this chicken. Temperature says it's at about the right temperature, and it's been smelling really good while I've been working away. So we'll get it out. A lot of this will be used at work for my lunch. But I'm going to have a piece now. Turn the meat thermometer out. That is looking delicious. That's the last one, right? So you got my plans for the new half of the allotment, what I'm kind of getting the plan to do. If anybody can help me with the problems I've had with what I've pointed out today, I'd be really grateful as well. But I'm going to wrap up for now, so thank you very much for listening. I'm going to have some lunch, and I will see you again on the next video. Please do take care, and if you want to see more about what I do, don't forget you can check out my website where I do my podcasts and things, and I'd love to hear from anybody, so please take care. I'll see you again next time. Oh, lovely.